So we're only at the start of season 4, with the majority of the episodes not even been announced yet. So when's a better time to start talking about the next season? It was honestly not much news, but what we got from a Instagram photo from Mr. Zach himself heavily hints on what the next season is going to be. I mean, he kind of flat out tells us, but there are also some little hints in the photo, I believe, that can hint us towards what the next season is going to be. On top of that, what he does say about the next season, there's a lot to discuss about that. So let's not waste any more time. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys end up enjoying this video, then you can like the video, comment, subscribe. All those things really help me out. And obviously subscribing lets you guys know when I upload next. So yeah, not gonna waste any more time. Let's get into the video. So yeah, how I ended up finding this synopsis, I was just scouring the depths of the Miraculous Wiki, as I do, trying to look for anything that might give us some hints, some clues as to what's coming up next. And I stumbled onto the season 5 wiki where it gave us already the synopsis. We already got the synopsis for season 5. I'll read it out to you guys. In this season, Marinette Dupan Chang will research the lost Kwamis all over the world. I went to go see what the source was for this synopsis, and it was actually Zag himself posting this on Instagram next to a fancy picture of him and the creator Thomas Ostruck sharing a glass of wine. This was big news for me. Besides the specials, we haven't really traveled anywhere in this series. I mean, we did get that small snippet of England in the train wreck episode, or whatever the episode was called, but other than that, we never really got to travel much in the show, and it makes sense. I mean, the show does star 2 regular middle school kids. I mean, Adrian isn't regular, but we really focus on Marinette, who isn't rich and can't afford a plane ticket to wherever she wants. But it seems like in season 5, this is an actual possibility, and searching for the lost Kwamis. That's pretty interesting. Well, let's try and break this down and brainstorm how we could possibly get to this point, along with what could possibly be in store in season 5. So what could lead Marinette towards this direction? Well, with the resurrection of Suha and the rest of the Guardians, we'll be hopefully seeing more interactions between them and Marinette and Adrian as well. Another thing I hope for is as the episodes go on, and Suha sees more and more of what these two can do, we'll start to see him, and in turn also the Order, trust Marinette and Adrian more and more. This could lead the Order telling Marinette about the Kwamis who were lost. I can see the Miraculous being lost separately, so you have one piece of jewelry on one side of the world, another piece of jewelry on another side of the world, or it could be the whole box that is lost, and Marinette and Adrian have to find the locations. The locations or the location. It could just be one singular Miraculous box that is lost, or multiple all around the world. We've already seen 2 Miraculous boxes outside of the Order, one in the New York special and one in the Shanghai special. Maybe Gabriel, like sometime during season 4, or another evil force altogether, broke into the Order and tried to steal these Miraculous boxes, and now Marinette has to go find them. Learning about these boxes, Marinette would of course like to help, so she and definitely Adrian will go and try and recover whatever was lost. Now, when I think about this arc in Miraculous, I really don't see it just being the 2 of them going out and trying to find these Miraculouses. I think this job is way too difficult to just leave to 2 people. I feel either 2 things will happen. Marinette will pick a few people who has already been given the Miraculous, so some people in her class, to follow her in trying to find the Miraculous. My personal dream team would be Marinette, Adrian, Alia, Nino, Luca, and Kagami. I think this team would pop off, and we could get a lot of fun and wholesome interactions between all of them. In the comment section down below, I'd like to hear what you guys think a good Miraculous team would be, whether it be the original one from the season 2 ending, or maybe your own that you guys have thought about but never really imagined would actually happen. I'd honestly like to hear it down in the comments, so feel free to share. Second possibility is that maybe this adventure would take place while Marinette is on a school trip, and she and her whole class conveniently goes to the spots she needs to go to find the Miraculous. We know she can teleport whichever Miraculous she wants to her now. It wouldn't be hard at all. Also, she'll probably bring her Miraculous box alongside her anyways. So how would she be able to travel the world? It's a very interesting turn for the show, and I definitely want this change, but Marinette's still a teenager. I don't think her parents are just gonna let her go around and do whatever. Well, there are 3 things, and I will save the big one for the end. My first idea has to do with the small group idea. I feel like there's a good chance that maybe future Alex could play a big part here, as their guardian as they travel the world. maybe she can lie and say that Marinette and a few other kids won some kind of educational contest that allows them to travel the world during summer vacation or something like that. This gives us around 2 or 3 months and gives the kids the freedom they need, since they wouldn't have to worry about future Alex knowing their identities. The only thing is, she wouldn't be allowed to help, since she knows what's going to happen next. All she can do is act as their guardian, interact with them for fun, and maybe help them get through personal issues like stress or doubt. But as far as using her actual powers or fighting, there would be a strict rule against it, maybe placed by Marinette's future self. So that's one idea. The second idea would have to do with the class trip idea that I had at the beginning of the video. So maybe this would be like a summer vacation class trip. So Miss Bustier or the science teacher, Miss Mendeleev, would act as their guardian. Downside is Marinette and the rest of the kids would have to hide their identities with both of them, but this is how they would be allowed to travel the world with their parents' permission. The last one is a bit more out there, but let's give it a try. Maybe by the end of the season, Marinette reveals her identity to Paris. Iron Man style, I am Ladybug. By the end, everyone knows her identity, and that includes Adrien too. I know it's crazy, but look where we are now. Even though we've gotten like around a handful of episodes, we've gotten huge moves from this season, like the introduction of Suha, Alia knowing Marinette's secret, new suits, new charms, new characters. This season is completely shaking up the status quo. And next season is apparently going to be even more crazy. Maybe it's time for the kid gloves to come off. I think if she does reveal her identity and her parents do find out, maybe after a talk they would trust her to go with the Guardians or with future Alex or whatever to find the missing Miraculous. Again, this would be during summer vacation because that way she's not missing school or whatever, you know, just so there's no bad messages being sprung to actual real kids. This would be huge and terrifying, but I would be all for this. This would also mean Adrien and Marinette's relationship would change drastically. I know we got a version of both of them realizing their identities in Chat Blank, but the thing about the timeline is that was one version of Marinette and Adrien. A version where Adrien found out Marinette's secret identity in a completely different way. I definitely believe that how people find out secrets brings different responses. So while that Marinette and Adrien reacted in one way towards finding out their secret identity, our Adrien and Marinette might react in a different way if their secret identities are revealed in a completely different way. That's my belief. It could just end up being exactly how Chat Blanc is, but I really doubt that. And with this third idea, it could still give us the whole small group of friends traveling the world with Marinette and Adrien, you know? There is also one more option, which the more I thought about it, the more it seemed likely, but I really wanted to give my 3 other ideas first. This one would be, we found out in Shanghai that their suits are able to give them the ability to travel the world. Like, they talked about going from Shanghai to Paris in probably just like an hour or maybe like 30 minutes, you know? So with their spacesuits, they are able to travel the world a lot faster, and it could just be that. Like, it reminds me of something like Kim Possible, who was able to travel the world with jets and boats and all that stuff and still get home in time for school and whatever. So that is a possibility, but I'll be honest, I feel like my first 3 ideas would be a lot more fun. So tell me what you guys thought about those ideas in the comment section below. Which one do you guys believe is more fun in your ideas and which one is more probable? Sometimes what's more fun and what's more probable aren't the same thing. But tell me what you guys thought. Moving on. So I want to get a closer look at this picture because creators like to leave clues everywhere, even in real life pictures of themselves. What really catches my eye are the books with their spines facing our way. It just looks too good to be normal. Maybe they could be hints to where Marinette and the others might end up in this season. So all the books are cookbooks, I'll just say that off the bat. The first one is titled, and I might butcher all these names, Jelena, which if I search up takes me to a takeout restaurant in LA. This restaurant specializes in new American cuisine, so maybe we'll see these guys in America again, except instead of New York, we'll be in LA. The second book is called Plenty Yotam Oto Lengi. Again, butchering. But this is a vegetable recipe from a London restaurant owner. We know that there will be a London special. In fact, it's the next special coming up next year. But maybe we'll see them go to London twice? Or maybe this special is connected to the main plot, unlike New York and Shanghai. The last one is unreadable, so I don't know what it's about, but maybe we got some hints from this picture. Or maybe I'm just staring intensely at a bunch of cookbooks that mean absolutely nothing. The next season, heck, this season, they're both already really intense. With drastic changes in nearly every episode, I am having a lot of fun, not just watching the show, but theorizing as well. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say, and maybe you've come up with your own theories after watching. If you want, drop them in the comment section below, and we can talk about it. Again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye.